Everybody can still hear me? All right, good. I'm gonna have to talk like this. This is weird. Um,
Sit.
Ooh, hi there. How are you? Ryan Reynolds. Good to see you. The person about aviation, Jan. I love it. In the morning, I spank my own palm. He does that. But yeah, the difference between impressions and doubling is you have to sound exact. Then you can't know because you'll hear the different versions of whatever. And you go, it doesn't match exactly. And it doesn't always have to match. It's just who can do it for cheap. All right, cool, do it. And then that's the thing. So I've doubled for Christian Bale. For the Batman, some side projects. Like a company called me and had me do, because I forget what movie he was when they're unavailable. For example, they wanted to do all the slot machines and all the casinos for the Batman in Dark Knight, and he wasn't available. I says, how the hell did you hear about me? Well, YouTube. YouTube is a very good thing if you can post some YouTube stuff and you get traction and people. So that's one way. But he wasn't available, and I said, wait, so do you want Batman or Bruce Wayne? They're like, oh, both. So I had to sit down and learn, and you're watching interviews. But the thing about Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale's American accent, it goes, in and out, and he's very sibilant. His S's, and it's a slight lisp. So I had to sit there and watch his interviews and then movies. Interviews and movies. He's talking about David O. Russell, when he's doing interviews. But then, for example, hi, this is Bruce Wayne. He's very Harvey Dent. We'll pull a couple of tables together. We'll do it. He sounds like this. Bruce Wayne, Rachel's dead. Rachel. And he does a lot of breathing. So you watch it as Harvey. I believe in Harvey Dent. And he does it. So you have to learn that, and then you have to learn the Bruce Wayne to Batman. Bruce Wayne is very like this, but he drops it all the way down to Batman. Player one, you're playing Batman Begins. And he does the sibilant. So you have to learn little idiosyncrasies. It's a lot of time watching YouTube videos, and then me in my recording studio recording, listening, and then my wife go, are you done? Are you done? Because it annoys whoever you're living with. So, but yeah, those are just some examples. If anybody has any questions, that's basically what this is. I don't really have like a concrete presentation. Right there, what we got.
How much time do they give you? Like when they call you and say we need this, you
It
have to
depends.
learn.
Sometimes they'll see a video I can already do, like because I try to post stuff. Oh, here's an impression I do, or something, or some little idiosyncrasy that I have with that, and they might see that and they go, oh, we already know you can do it. Here's the script. Other times they're like, you need to do, and that was the Jay Baruchel thing they did. They were like, you have like a half hour to an hour to learn this for an audition. So I had to have a basic grasp of that voice. So I watched, I think it was Knocked Up that I was like, not everybody knows him from Knocked Up, but he was very, I shouldn't have gone in there. And I heard his voice, it was like this. So I heard the tone, then you practice the tone. You hear, it's like, what, I'm not a music guy, but I'm like trying to think, what note is that? And I'm thinking, and you look, it is a lot of like weird exercises like that. And so I thought, okay, he sounds like that. And then I said, what celebrity does he sound like? And you hear it. I was like, oh, he kind of sounds like Christian Slater. So then you start to look at Christian Slater, and then you go, oh, it's Charlie Sheen. And like, no, it's not. And then wait a second. It's Charlie Sheen, but it's also Christian Slater. And he's very airy, and he puts Toothless is How to Train Your Dragon. And then you start to learn those things. So you put all those pieces together, and you try to just grasp what is that little thing that they do that people will recognize, and then you audition, they go, okay, and then you're like, all right, good, that BS got me out of trouble. Then you have about a week to learn the stuff. And most of the time, they'll be like, all right, listen, the script's not ready. You're like, thank God. So you have an extra 3 to 4 days to prepare. That happens a lot. So we don't have time to do all that, so that's what. With the orange hair? Is that your real hair or no? All right, that's good. I'm just.
What's one of the hardest voices you've had to learn?
Sam Elliott.
Really?
Yeah, because my voice isn't. If I do it in the morning, in the morning it's great. Right now I've been talking all day, so I used to do it like this, and I'm like, that sounds nothing like him. So chorus, the bank. So if I don't have the deepness, I have the essence of it, And luckily in voiceover, we can pitch things down.
So if I sound like this, when they do it in post, it can sort of sound like this. And in the morning, just.
You know, so there's little tricks like that. That's a hard voice. Anything with a scratchy voice is tough. I'm trying to think of something that's really like tough on the voice. Any gravelly screaming voices, high pitched voices are tough. You usually don't do those until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon sessions, LA time, because I'm on the East Coast. It's like 1 o'clock or noon, so I have time to wake my voice up early in the morning. Do it like Arnold. If I can get away with doing Arnold doubling in the morning, because my voice is all the way down here already, right? So there's, it's very all the way. So you got to use those tricks to your advantage. So I'm like, I can't schedule it, past 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it's not going to be as good as it is at 10 a.m. So it all depends. It all depends on the voice. With you got the arrow on your all the way to the bunny ears. Yeah. Are they bunny ears? I'm sorry if they're not. I apologize.
That's her hair.
Okay.
How do you stop your vocal folds from pooping the bed besides doing that time?
It is like lifting weights, all right? The more that you do it, the more stronger that you get lifting the weights and all these things.
But I will say that I drink a lot of water throughout the day. I have alcohol at night when I'm done with all my sessions. I don't have dairy during recording session days because it builds up phlegm in the back of your throat. So you're constantly doing that during sessions. But it is a muscle. The more you use it, the more you get better at it. And yeah, so it's just take it easy. With the horns, yeah, right there.
How long did it take you to train your voice to be able to do stuff on this?
Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes it's. I know for the Michael J. Fox stuff, I've been a Back to the Future fan my whole life, so that just came easy. So I was just like, oh, Marty McFly. I always did Marty McFly growing up. Wait a second, Doc. This is great. No, fine, Doc. Oh, like doing the yell like that. So if you like doing something, it's so easy. But I mean, there's some voices I wish I could do that I can't. Morgan Freeman, I can't do it.
You can do Morgan Freeman.
But my buddy Josh Robert Thompson is Morgan Freeman's voice double, and he's a 45-year-old white dude from Cleveland, Ohio. Who, I mean, he lives in LA now, but he does a better Morgan Freeman than Morgan. It is so good, and it's scary. So yeah, there's a lot of voice. I wish I could do Justin Timberlake. Can't do it. I wish I could do so deeper voices, and I'm sure. I'm 35 now. I'm sure when I'm 45, I'll be able to do different, deeper voices. Because as you get older, your voice just naturally drops. Especially women. Women's voices naturally drop. So I have friends who are older now who can do voices that they couldn't do, 10, 15 years ago. So it all depends. On the floor, over here. Over here.
Yeah, a lot of times women do like young boys and
Yeah.
like adults. So, like, does it ever like cross over to men and like girls and the voice?
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, okay, who does?
Because like there's a woman who does Bart Simpson, I know.
Yeah, Nancy Cartwright, and there's the voice of Veronica Taylor. I started a show on NBC with her. She's phenomenal. She just has that natural, but she can play female characters. It does tend to be women are really good at voicing young boys because there's just something genetically, I've had to do a woman's voice, but it all has to do with pitches. I normally have a deep voice. You have to take the timbre out of your voice and sort of sound like this without having that resonance, and then we pitch it up, and that's all done in post. That's like, so when you have to play multiple characters and certain stuff, sometimes you just have to do it in post, and I hate that. Whenever the producer's like, all right, we'll just do it in post. I'm just gonna try to do it, but that's just me being. It's not ego. It's just I'm a purist. I don't want to do any vocal trickery on certain things. Sometimes you just have to if it's the character. In the back, right there. What's up, dude?
So, basically, right, this is an after-related question.
Yep.
If Bonnie had a line in Ultimate Christmas, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. You don't have to ask Scott. I'm not at liberty to talk about some. new games that are coming out. I don't know what Bonnie would have. I know Bonnie just sang in the unused.
Yeah, it's unused.
I don't know. Because I don't know what Bonnie sounds like on the record. Because I can't talk until a new game comes out. But I don't know. I'll have to keep that hush hush until the game comes out.
Next.
What's your favorite game that you've done so far?
5 Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Oh no, wait. I like doing. There's a game I do. I do a lot of like apps when they need. Those are fun. Like when you have to like double celebrities for apps. Those are fun.
Right.
I do a lot of stuff. But yeah, I did a lot of stuff for Family Guy, Quest for Stuff. They had me do Billy Blanks. That was fun. The Tybo guy back in the day. It was such a crappy impression, but they were like, "Oh, we'll use it." And I was like, "Okay, that was fun." So just to get to like work with Seth MacFarlane and all that to be involved with that was fun. Yeah. Oh, back in the yeah.
Have you ever voice acted someone and later in the day you just said, "This is a funny joke. I'm gonna do it in this voice." Can you give us an example?
Yeah, I had a voice. I did a bit back in the day. It was Ice-T. I had to do something for Ice-T. And then I just came up with like a bit for it, and I'm like, I had to do something for. First, I think I had to do something for. It was a Mr. Rogers, like double, like it wasn't for him, but it was doing it by example because Mr. Rogers had that way of talking like. I want you to know that everything is special to you, and you are very special. And I started talking like this, and it started to sound like Ice-T. So I was like, oh wait. So then I accidentally got into that. And then I had to do some stuff Law and Order SVU related. It wasn't for the show, but it was on that same spectrum. I was just like, oh my god, that was a funny joke we were just doing with the lines they were doing. I came up with like Ice-T as Doc Brown and Back to the Future. So it was just stupid. So I was just like, wait a second, Doc, are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear? You don't just walk into a store and buy plutonium. Did you rip that off? And then Ice-T as Doc Brown. Yeah, man, of course. I'm a group of Libyan nationalists. They wanted me to build up a bomb, so I took their plutonium, built a shiny steel case, and used pinball machine parts. Come on, man, I'll show you how it works. This readout tells you where you're going. This one tells you where you are. This one tells you where you were. Speaking of where you were, Jennifer Parker was missing last night. And I just went to like an all. So like stuff like that, it happens by accident. So that was funny to do. But I was like, yeah, that was a little anecdote. Yes.
Have you ever tried doing a women's voice impression? If you do?
Yeah, my voice is very crappy right now, but I try to do a Betty White. If anybody knows Golden Girls.
Yeah.
I think she's bad.
And she has, I can't do it right now because my voice, I sound like Steve-O. Yeah, dude. But Betty White, I can't see. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But yeah, I tried doing Betty White. I had to do it for. It was like it was a game. It was an app. It was a dice game, and they were like, "Do you do women's voices?" So I tried it. They're like, "Yeah, no." So I was like, "Okay, well, I'll stick to men's voices." Yes.
Is that something that you feel you would like to work on to be able to do more in your career?
Like voice doubling
No.
or women's voices?
Like training your voice.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm constantly training it all the time. Like it's, I don't sit in front of the computer all day like trying to come up with voices. If they come by accident, great. But for the most part, I do a lot of commercials, a lot of video games, a lot of animated series. And those impressions and voice stuff, it comes in handy when you need a character voice. I need an angry character voice. All right, and how old is he? He's a dad, he's a baseball coach, all right. And I immediately go into like, okay, well, angry baseball. Oh, I do Tom Hanks. But do angry Tom Hanks. I don't get ball players. I've got girls. And then Tom Hanks just gets so mad like that. Like, that's just well, we're gonna win and we're gonna play. This guy's leaving. Don't you leave. Don't you leave. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. That guy just really got mad. I'm sorry, sir. He was pretty mad. But yeah, that's like, it comes in handy like that, yeah.
Yes, sir. So what's more important? Is it the tempo? Is it the line? Or is it the pitch?
When you're doubling and you're matching, you want to follow the pacing of the scene, the pacing of the line. But like, let's say Arnold Arnold drops the F. Oh, no, I don't want this. No, I'm not gonna drop the F on here. But let's just say he's just like, what the F is your problem? Well, let me tell you, what the F is your problem? You want to follow that and go, let me tell you, what the heck is your problem? You want to you know what I'm saying? You want to match the pitch, you want to match the cadence, so that when they edit it in, it won't look like, you know, because you want it to match up. Sometimes they reanimate the mouth. You'll see that. But rarely do they do. I know it was a very bad one in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where Rooney was, not Rooney, but Cameron was pretending to be. You guys all familiar with Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Okay. When he goes, Rooney, pardon my French, but you're an asshole. And when they dubbed it, it was he goes, pardon my French, but you're an idiot. And it didn't match up. So you wanna. That's like it's such a tough thing because they'll give you a couple of beeps, so you're ready. It's like beep, beep, beep. Do the line. And when you're looking at the screen, it's all, you know, you can see the whole screen doing it. We do it for a lot of cartoons that are dubbed in another language, or the voice actors replaced. I've had to do that many times. The voice actors replaced, and it's tough because you see what they, and every actor's different. You see what they might have done for the line. I wouldn't do that. So you have to be very conscious on, you have to match up the animation, because the animation's done at that point. Usually we voice it, then they animate around it, but when you're doing the dubbing, it's done. They're not going to waste any more money doing that. You have to match it up perfectly. So it's like a dance. You have to like double dutch, get in there, do it, all right, and then get back up. It's so they can plug it in, not waste any time, because there's not a lot of time to fix things like that. Yes, sir.
Does anybody ever get annoyed when you do voices, like in your home life and stuff?
Yeah, of course. Like my kids don't, because if I'm practicing stuff, like that Tom Hanks stuff got so annoying to my wife. Like when she would say something, I would go, it's like, all right, stop. I'm not gonna you shut up, you stop. Buzz, you're a toy. Like, and she's like, no, stop, enough. So, yeah, of course they get really annoyed. But it's like, listen, it's what I do. So.
He's the best.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, for fun, do you ever do like a character but say things like that they would never say just for comedy? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like online.
On my own time, I do, and like some of the kid stuff that I do, I would never say what they say in public. But yeah, I mean, of course, like, but then there'll be fan requests like, can you say this in this voice? And I'm like, I can't say that. Like, I have a conscience. But yeah, it's fun. Like I talk like Arnold all the time. I used to make prank calls as Arnold all the time. Prank calls as Ice-T, prank calls as John C. Reilly. It's like that stuff's fun.
Like,
but
I don't know if you've ever seen like those Goofy Wants His Money videos.
Oh, it's my buddy Brock Baker. Yeah, my buddy Brock.
Those are hilarious.
Damien, where's my money guy? I love it. He said, because we have like a whole Facebook chat that we all go back and forth. So Brock sends us this. He goes, is this funny? I go, oh my God, that's hilarious. What is that? Damien, and he sends us all the bloopers. I'm like, all right, use that, edit that differently. So like, yeah, I love Brock. He's such a talent. He does a lot of voice doubling. So that would have been, but he couldn't be here, unfortunately. But yeah, he's hilarious. Anybody else?
Is this like Dublin? Is it like a skill you can learn, or is it like natural?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like I had a natural ability for it, but I mean, people can learn. It's just you gotta listen, repeat, and it does help you with direction because okay, I'll be doing something. Director say, all right, that sounded like I'm deeper. Add a little bit more like sibilance to that. Okay, so that helps with direction because you're following direction, but if you can learn something, if you enjoy it, you get good at it. You know what I mean? It's like if you learn it, if you take your time and want it, and you're gonna have an interest. If it's like I don't care, then it's a weird niche market of the industry.
But it's a market though.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you think in the future, like voice acting may be replaced by like DeepMind synthetic?
Nope. I mean, I was in the running to be the voice of Google Home. So it was between me and 3 other people. That would have been awesome. And now my wife went on Google. She's like, hey, Google, turn off the TV. Or turn off the TV. Hey, Google, turn on the Christmas tree or whatever it's hooked up to. And she has the male, she switched it over to the male voice. I'm like, just,
Shit.
But in terms of the AI, It's not there. You're never gonna get the emotion. You're never gonna get, you can replace automated things, but it's very Siri, taking a ride. It's like, it's there, and it sounds good. Google and Alexa, all that stuff. Hopefully, I didn't send anybody's phone off. Alexa, but I don't think it's there. I don't think it's there, along with the whole deepfake technology, that you can replace, when, God forbid, anybody passes away tragically, but that's happened in movies. They have legacy characters, they bring them back. Princess Leia, there was no lines in that, but I believe, if you can get the voice actors like me who double and replace that, so you can do that to an extent, you're gonna have to add the animation and all that stuff, but I don't think computers are ever gonna replace it completely in terms of that.
Because she's gonna be the new Star Wars, right? But she's not allowed to be the new Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky.
Is it?
Do you feel like it's better for like voice actors like to have like a medium range voice or like a low voice or like a high voice?
In terms of just regular voice acting, your voice. Who cares what you sound like? Because it's that doing because voiceover, doing the doubling is like 20% of what I do. The rest of the 80% is my voice and character voices. But I got in a very bad habit trying to sound like Michael J. Fox for every commercial I auditioned for. You wouldn't believe this if I told you. And that's not my norm. My normal voice is just talking like this from Boston. Blah blah. But then you have to learn to talk normally and speak so everybody can understand you. But then I realized, all right, this is me. This is my personality. Don't try to sound younger, or unless it's a character, but as far as your voice goes, be you, because anybody can do voices, anybody can do impressions. Nobody can do you. Your backstory, nobody can come from where you're coming from. I think it's really important to know exactly your voice. Yeah, definitely. Yes?
I don't know if I'm getting the right show correct, but someone told me a couple days ago that there was a character in The Simpsons that had passed, and they had so much monologue that they couldn't continue to use that character. Have you heard of that?
What?
I think it was the teacher.
Oh, that's right.
Was that the right character?
Mrs. Krabappel? Yeah.
That was her, right?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
I mean, I'm not connected to the show. My opinion doesn't matter. But so what was the whole the whole question?
The question is what's your opinion on that being a possibility? They're just continuing to use it even though she's passed.
I mean, if they use her voice, that's one thing, and then give the residuals to the estate or her family, that's what I would do. But it's a touch and go subject, because if it's not me, if it didn't happen to me, if that was me, hey Joe, can we use your voice in whatever? Yeah, just make sure you pay my family or what. I mean, I'm dead. I'm not gonna care. That's just me though. I'm not speaking for the actress.
Something similar happened with Toy Story.
Oh, with Jim Varney, right? Slinky Dog.
Oh yeah.
No.
The pig?
Oh,
No, Slinky,
Ham?
the dog.
And that was
The dog. Slinky.
I thought the dog was the
No,
No.
Ham was
Ham, yeah.
oh my God, Don Rickles.
No.
Don Rickles.
The pig.
Don Rickles.
Yeah, the pig too.
Yeah, they did that.
That's what I saw the new
Yeah,
Toy
I mean,
Story.
because they always find
It was
voice
different voice
doubles, like
actors,
they
right.
find, and that's what, or it all depends. But that's tough. That's that casting process is lengthy. That's tough. But yeah, but if a story's still going on and they didn't kill the character off, they need to continue with that. And I've come in and done series like that. I filled in on Fizzy's Lunch Lab, where I played Fizzy on PBS. The actor who voiced Professor Fizzy, he went on to do Bob's Burgers. He's Teddy in Bob's Burgers. Larry Murphy. So they came in and well, we know you voice double a lot of people. Can you try him? So it was audition after audition. That's almost him. Act a little more drunk. And I was like, oh, because that was a good. I'm like, oh, Professor Fizzy kind of does sound drunk not to kids, but to adults. So he's sort of sounding like this, and I was like, oh my God, so stuff like that. When somebody, if they didn't kill the character off, they keep that going.
I was just wondering, do you get, since you're doubling for other people's voices, do you get residuals on work you do, or just
Nope.
you get a
One time,
contract
one
or-
fee, and most of the time they pay the other actor too a fee. Because it's
their voice.
That's
yeah,
the language.
like they pay Morgan Freeman not to do stuff that he wouldn't do anyways because they couldn't afford him or he's not available. Give this to Josh, and they also pay Morgan. So it's like everybody wins. It's like, wait, I don't have to do work and I'm gonna get paid. So yeah. You also had a question too.
Yeah, what are the most common like requested voices at like parties and stuff?
I'm a dad. I'm 35 years old. Me and my wife go to Chili's maybe once every 6 months. So no parties for me. But Arnold's always funny. Dude, say something. What would Arnold say about my wife's cooking? You're totally talented. This is not good. What did you cook in here? Excuse me. This is just missing one thing. One thing. Taste. Yeah. So yeah. Yes.
You say that the thing you're talking about just a couple seconds ago, that Morgan Freeman, did you say that's considered a copyright of his voice?
Well, because they have to sign off on stuff, so legal gets involved. So like, listen, Morgan, we need this guy to fill in for you. Can you do it? Yeah, fine, it's fine. Okay, if the studio approves and they go through this whole, there's a lot of NDAs, a lot of contracts that they sign. But it's they usually ask permission. Like I've been involved in stuff where we pitch a show. I'll say a network. I can't say the network, but we pitched a show, and we were like, we want it to be about this with this certain celebrity, and they said, well, listen, now we have to get legal involved because this particular celebrity, we don't know if they're going to sign off on this because, and they said, wait, no, this isn't the celebrity's voice. This is Joe, me doing the voice, and they went, oh, so then you can get away with it as a parody. So there's so many, as long as it's a parody. I do a lot of TV commercials and radio commercials as different celebrities, but at the end you have that, but this is this is an impressionist, this isn't the really, and most of the time you hear on the radio, like, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, because when they don't want an exact match for those kind of things, they want it more caricature, and which I hate, because like I want it to be dead on. They're like, no, legally we can't have it. And you can't use the one-liners. You can't say hasta la vista. You can say
Pasta la vista?
Pasta. That was fizzy. That was a fizzy lunchtime. Pasta. Oh no, hasta la pasta. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's certain different things that you got to be careful with. And I don't deal with that, luckily. But I always make a disclaimer. I can't do this if this is the line. So yeah. Yes.
Has there ever been something that like you had to like impersonate someone more than they were actually in it themselves? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like you mean like over the phone? Like if like they're. Maybe the short answer is no. Yeah, just because I don't want to go around and go, well, he didn't answer that question. No, I'm gonna say no. It's usually okay. We need this line, and it's never long. It's never more than 5 or 6 lines. Yeah.
What animated series have you had the most fun doing?
Fizzy's Lunch Lab was the first big one I had, but the most fun I had was Astro Blast. It was on NBC on Saturday mornings, and it was on the Sprout Channel. They ran them all the time. It was basically like Star Trek with animals in space, but they own like a smoothie shack and stuff, and I voiced a monkey called Radar. It was just so much fun. It was 52 episodes, and you just sit in there. Sue Blue, who's a legendary voice actress in Hollywood, she's a really good voice director. She we all got paid to go to school. Every day you had the table reads, make notes. I like what you did with this. In these kind of situations, this is what you do. So like we're having like this intensive course over the period of 2 years, and we're getting paid for it, and we all become better actors. And I was like a nobody, and I still am a nobody. So it's like working with these bigger names going, I'm working with Veronica Taylor. We're not in the same room. She's in New York or LA, wherever they are at the time. And like, man, her line was, and you're playing off everybody. So it's like you're doing this big play. And it was the most exciting time I've ever had, like voiceover. And I still had a day job at the time. So I'd have to lie and say, hey, listen, I gotta take a day off here, blah, blah, blah. And then they would send a car from the studio from where I worked in Boston to send me to it was just, I was like, oh, it's like Hollywood, but I couldn't tell anybody. It was just a weird thing. So, yeah. Yes. I mean, it depends. Like, I stink at accents. Like, if we need an English accent, okay, I'm doing a crappy Christian Bale. I do like this. I don't think so, man. I don't bloody think so. I'm gonna do that. And like, oh, it's anybody from like the UK is like, oh my God, that's not. Austrian is just crappy Arnold. Boston is just me. I can just talk normally, but my God, did you smell that? Did you fart, dude? No, I didn't fart. But like, I'm good at like accents, quick ones. You're not gonna see me do a monologue. If I had a dialect coach, yeah, maybe. But yeah, I'm not great with accents. I try to be because you want to be a better actor, but yeah, I'm not that good. I can fake it. I'll fake it just as much. Fake it till you make it, I guess. Right? Okay. Well, that's what, yeah, fake it till you, but don't tell anybody you're a doctor, and then that's gonna get me in trouble. Or a police officer, yeah. Yeah, unless you're, yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else? No. Okay, yes.
What's the deepest voice you've done?
That's Sam Elliott, yeah. Yes.
How was your day going?
My day was good.
That was a crappy Rip Torn, I apologize. Rest in peace, Rip Torn. Yes? What is it? You guys are gonna kill me because I don't even know what that is. Isn't that bad?
Overwatch?
I heard of it, I just don't know what half of these voices sound like. I'm sorry, I'm an old guy, I have no idea. No idea what that is. I can learn it, you want me to?
Gilbert Gottfried?
Gilbert, yeah, Brock does it, I don't do it good. A good Gilbert, yeah. If my voice felt better. Hold on, oh my God, I'll try to do his laugh. This is so bad, my voice is usually way higher than this. There you go. Sounds nothing like him, bro. Yeah, I know. That's also the crappy reality of voice doubling, because somebody will ask you to do something, and that's the worst thing you can do to somebody who does voices, because you'll always be disappointed. Yeah. Always. Do Arnold, dude. I seen you. You had that viral video on YouTube. Do Arnold. Sure. What would you like me to say? Nah, it sounds nothing like him. Nah. So it's like, it's like, you can't please everybody.
You do Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. He does a lot of breathing, but I've never tried him.
He does a lot of breathing.
Not anymore.
I mean, rest in
That's
peace.
too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
I thought like 5 years ago.
Poor guy. Poor, I'm so sorry. I'm like my aunt went to school with him. I was a big fan.
Really?
Yeah. Say the same thing when I don't care. It's like we're all going there sometime. Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Yeah.
Sometimes. What's another one I do is now. What was I gonna say? I should come with a list next time.
Lincoln.
What is it?
Sell us a Lincoln if you're Matthew McConaughey.
Lincoln is it's a car that goes from point A to point B, but now you say that cars are the point. Yeah.
So do you have a agent or how do
Yeah,
you
but the sad thing is I have 4 agents. 99.9995% of the work I get is without agents. Because it's just hustling. I email, I call, I DM. Instagram's a great way to get work as a voice actor. I DM all the studios I want to work with. Hasbro is a big client of mine now. I DM them. I showed them what I could do. They heard about me from a friend, and then it's just, I hustle. If I'm not working, I'm marketing.
How'd you get into it though?
I got a microphone. I've been doing this 13 years. I just bought a microphone and I was in my walk-in closet and surrounded by clothes. And just because in voiceover, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it sounds good. So I'm just, like blanket fort, like never-ending story style, just in here. And it sounded so good because you're surrounded by all these blankets and it's just very quiet. And the sound absorption of those blankets just made it sound great. So I recorded, and I always did acting, so I knew friends who were kind of in the industry, and I just sent them my stuff, and it's just networking. I always went to like networking events I could find. I used Craigslist back in the day for voiceover work. I just worked for free for about a year until I just got, I got this and this. Okay, hey, we're gonna pay you $50, which is, don't work for $50 if you're a professional voice actor, but when you're just starting out, you have to do what you got to do. So we'll give you groceries. We can give you $50 for groceries. Yeah, dude, I'll work just to get experience, and then a little bit more money here until you can save up for that. Now I have a full recording studio in my house, which is great. But you don't need that when you're just starting out. Just you have to know people. There's casting sites out there that you can sign up for, absolutely. But Andy Fields, who's also will be here until Sunday tomorrow. He's down there. He teaches how to get into voiceover. So if you want to come see us, we're down on the main lobby in like the dealer room in the back. And there's signs where we are. But he tells like he's a great voiceover teacher and voiceover coach, and he teaches people how to get into voiceover. So what's the time? When we I think answer was out.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in here next, so I mean, you could just go on for the next 2 hours if you want.
My voice. My voice.
How about thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'll answer. If you guys don't have to stay. I don't. If you guys, maybe I gotta pee, go pee. Maybe that's what that guy did. He probably had to pee. I'm just embarrassed. I feel so bad. I want to find him and apologize.
He's waiting for you.
I'll kick his ass. You got a problem with me? Hey, come on, let's get this.
You've been acting for a while now. You say you like act in general. You
Yeah.
what's like acting school, or you just can't all natural?
No, I mean I got a scholarship to the New York Film Academy. I flew to. I went to like I paid a ton of money to go to Vegas for these auditions when I was like 21, and
Out of Boston.
I just. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I paid like $3 or $4 grand to get the hotel, and I had no job at that point, and I just flew out, and I got a scholarship to the New York Film Academy because like, the guy could have been BSing me, but he was like, you could be one of the great character voice actors of our time. Like, my monologue was like 25 seconds. I don't think so. Like, but then they offered me a scholarship, but I still couldn't afford to go to the New York Film Academy, so I was very like depressed for a while, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Then I started using Craigslist for more work, and then I started doing independent films, and I started doing like background work on Hollywood films. But then I'm like, background, this isn't acting. I'm like, yeah, you're hanging around with Morgan Freeman, Christopher Walken. It's like, this is cool, but it's not acting. I don't want to pretend to act. I want to act. So then I just started getting into independent films anytime I could, having friends who went to Emerson College in Boston, doing their films for free, and I just wanted it so bad. I wanted to act. I didn't care. You know, half of the time I still act in front of my mirror doing stupid stuff, and like, you know, it's in my blood. I've always wanted to do it, and it's what I'm always gonna do. Okay. That it? Well, thank you. Thank you. No, thank you guys for taking the time and hanging. Appreciate it.